Hello. So, welcome to tonight's live stream session. I'm going to do a 20-minute sitting practice, fairly straightforward, and I'm going to pretty much go straight into it. I'll just wait a few moments to see if anyone else is going to join in. So yeah, in the meantime, setting yourself up for sitting practice when we'll be focusing mainly on the breath. So selecting a chair or a stool or cushions, or choosing to lie down if that's what suits you best. And I was thinking about being kind to ourselves and how being kind to ourselves isn't always about perhaps taking the easy option. Sometimes being kind to ourselves involves stretching ourselves a little bit more, maybe doing a longer sit, or sitting when we feel like lying down. But equally, being kind to ourselves can mean if we've had a hard day, or we just feel very tired, or we just feel that need to ground ourselves. Being kind to ourselves could mean lying down on the ground. So just checking in with yourself as to what that means for you, and keeping that going through the whole practice as well, if we can, bringing that attitude in right from the very start as we practice. Okay, so coming to sit, taking your seat or your lying down posture. Checking in with your body and settling yourself in a balanced posture. So not too far forward, not too far back. Check whether you're slightly imbalanced to one side as well. And just getting an overall sense of the body, maybe noticing how the shoulders are. Possibly there's some tension or holding in that area. And seeing if we can invite, along with the kindness, a little softness into our bodies at the front, in the abdomen, the chest, and the face, and wherever else that feels appropriate, just to soften and ease ourselves into sitting into our practice. So becoming aware of where the body meets and is in contact with the floor, whichever parts of the body are connecting to the floor, feet, knees, lower legs. And also, if we're sitting, we can tune into the sensations of contact with whatever it is that we're sitting on. Softness or hardness. Almost imagining we could put down roots through whatever we're sitting on and through where we're contacting the ground. To also accommodate a sense of stability and groundedness, like a mountain, that mountain-like stability. And seeing now if we can again see if there's a need for any kindness in our approach. Are we kind of gritting our teeth and kind of forcing ourselves in some way to practice tonight? We're not trying to pretend that's not the case, but perhaps we can just soften around that sense of effort, playing with the edge of relaxed effort. So now, redirecting and focusing our attention upon the breath, noticing that movement in our awareness as we shift the focus to the breath. Noticing, acknowledging whatever sensations are there as we breathe. That sense of filling up, expanding on the in-breath. And then its counterpart, that sense of letting go, releasing the breath back out into the room. Taking in a fresh new in-breath, and perhaps choosing to follow that in-breath all the way in from the nostrils or the mouth, being with its whole progress down, deeper down into the body, lungs, chest and abdomen. And then staying close to that sense of switching over, the pause before the out-breath, following the breath back out of the body again. So I'd like to invite you to just play with experiencing the breath. You might like to choose to stay with the fullness of each in-breath and out-breath, tracking the whole flow in and out. Or you might like to zoom into a small area of the breath. The breath brushing past the nostrils and coming back out again at the nostrils. Coolness, warmth, movement and texture. Or seeing if we can perhaps find a new area of the breath to observe, deeper down in the pelvis or right around the sides and the ribs, in the armpits, or the sternum. Just choosing for yourself how long to stay in a particular area. Moving in closer and then perhaps moving out again, expanding to the whole breath in the body. Observing what's happening in the mind as we sit here breathing and noticing the breath. Perhaps we're repeatedly being drawn into stories. So letting that be a simple movement when we wake up to the fact that the mind's wandered. Bringing in that kindness, a good measure of kindness, gentleness, as we let go of the story, whatever it may be, and come back to the breath. As we seek to bring ourselves into the present moment, recognizing that when we come back from mind wandering back to the breath, it's a completely fresh new moment, starting all over again. So there's never any problem about our mind having wandered. We can let that go and open into the next moment, the next breath. Continuing to breathe, continuing to know that we're breathing. Appreciating the breath, breathing. Opening to the sensations, moment by moment. Feeling the richness of the breath and the uniqueness of each new breath, in or out, and each new moment. never before experienced. So whatever your experience might be right now, whether it's easeful and relaxing, or spacious, or tight, tense, restless, just allowing it to be as it is, without wanting to hold on to it, without seeking to push it away. It's okay, whatever it is. Now moving our awareness outwards around the breath to the whole body, the whole breathing body. Exploring sensations in the body. What's here? Sensations of breathing, gentle rise and fall, stretch and relaxation. Contact, hands on thighs or resting in your lap. Air on skin, clothing on skin. Subtle muscle movements. And that harder to define sense of aliveness, energy. Feeling those knotty, tense areas. Or areas of relaxation and ease, lightness. A whole array of sensations continually changing when we pay attention to them. Now for the last few minutes of the practice, let's move into some silence. Perhaps receiving sounds and being aware of thoughts and feelings, as well as breath and body. So, bringing yourself back into awareness of the room where you're sitting, opening your eyes, letting in the light again at whatever speed of coming back seems right for you right now, remembering that kindness approach. Having a stretch and perhaps not rushing to get on with whatever you need to do if you can, if you have that luxury. And if you do have to attend to things straight away, seeing if you can do that mindfully, not losing the effect of the practice. And yes, I should be able to guide another practice next Monday, hopefully. So maybe see you then, and have a really good week, a short working week for most of you, and yeah, see you soon. Good night.